Head, Heart, Hands was a 4-year programme run by the Fostering Network, introducing social pedagogy into 7 fostering services across the UK. Social pedagogy combines theory, practice and professional training to support and strengthen relationships. It is a balance of head, applying theory and reflecting, heart, understanding emotions and values, hands, shared activities in everyday life.
Education for me was the key to changing their lives and helping them change for themselves. So I knew that education would make a difference, but I didn't realise how education would make a difference to look after children in the way that it would, and Head, Heart, Hands helped me work that out. For the youngest one, he was very fearful of learning of any sort, and so we had to use a different way of learning to read with him because he was not reading. The Common Third was a form of working on an activity with him that would enable us to not only build a relationship with him, but also enable him to learn to read. And the way that we did that was we had a series of books which we selected, and what we did is we had a Common Third activity at the end of each story, so that he knew that every time we picked a book up, we weren't thinking about reading that book, we were actually thinking about what the activity was as well. So whilst I would read the book with him and he would read some of the words, he got more and more excited about the activity that was happening at the end of it. The end of the process meant that actually going through a large number of books and going through a large number of activities meant that not only was our relationship really special, but also he'd learned to read almost by accident. This little boy who had had not any form of reading whatsoever spent 6 months, and within 6 months of doing these activities with me, he'd worked his way through his entire school's reading scheme and was what they call a free reader. So by being a free reader, he then started to support other children learn how to read at school and became a reading mentor. But that reading mentor was within 9 months, whereas he'd started with no reading at all. By the time we did all of the Common Third activities, he loved books because every book he realised was as exciting as the exercise and the activity he'd done at the end. So he started wanting to read books then. And that is the joy of the Common Third activity that will enable a child to discover the absolute joy of books. Where he previously had been fearful of them, he now actively is an amazing reader and loves to read and loves to look for books and look for information about all sorts of things. So his academic understanding began to fly. And so now he crammed 6 years learning into 3 years of school, primary school, before he went up to senior school. And so by the time he went to senior school, he was not only at the same level as other children at his age should have been chronologically, but educationally in some places, in particular in English, he was more advanced than other children had been. And this is a child who was possibly at reception level in year 3 when we first had him placed. So I think that social pedagogy makes a massive difference to children's ability to embrace what's around them in the world and make things less fearful.